Hey guys, Ms. Timpson here, and I am going to record a short video reviewing the human body systems that we first started talking about at the beginning of the year. And so we are going to review these body systems by running through some task cards together. And I encourage you to pause the video and try to think of the answers before we go over the answers. This week, we're really just focusing on reviewing and just going over everything we've covered. I know we've been kind of cranking through everything fast, but we just want to make sure that we cover all the content and that you guys have plenty of time to review and go over it. That way, everybody feels comfortable with the content. So human body systems, we're going to ignore that. Okay, so you do not have to write anything. We're just going over this together. How does the skeletal system interact or work with the muscular system? So I want you to think of different ways the skeletal system might work with the muscular system. Remember, the skeletal system is your bones that helps you move. Your muscular system is all of your muscles. How do they work together? Pause the video, think about your answer. So the muscles are connected to the bones and they work together to produce movement. They rely on one another. The skeletal system helps us stand up tall and helps us, walk around and whatnot. But the muscles is what allows us to create that movement. So they are attached to one another and they work together to produce movement. How does the skeletal system interact and work with the respiratory system? So pause the video. The skeletal system protects the respiratory system. Think about your rib cage. Your rib cage protects your lungs, okay? Your trachea, that is your windpipe. It helps, it's part of that skeletal system and allowing us to breathe. How does the skeletal system interact or work with the circulatory system? Pause the video. The skeletal system, remember, the skeletal system includes the bones. And so your blood is actually created inside of the bones, inside of that bone marrow that's inside the bones. So that is one way they work together, and that's one way that they interact. Another way is, like we said earlier, the rib cage protects your heart, which is another vital organ that we need in order to survive. So number 5, how does the skeletal system interact or work with the digestive system? This one's hard. Pause the video. So the skeletal system working with the digestive system, it mostly protects different parts of the digestive system. So it keeps different parts of the digestive system safe, such as your stomach and whatnot. Muscular system as well. How does the muscular system interact with the respiratory system? Your lungs are an example of smooth muscle. So your lungs are constantly expanding and contracting to produce, just being the ability to be able to breathe. And so it's an example. Your lungs are an example of that, smooth muscle. How does the muscular system interact with the circulatory system? So pause the video. The muscular system, think of like muscles. Your heart is an example of a muscle. It's the cardiac muscle. And so your heart is pumping blood throughout the body. Your heart's like squeezing and contracting consistently and pumping that blood throughout the body. So they are very involved with one another, as the heart is an example of a muscle. How does the muscular system interact with the digestive system? Pause the video. Once again, the digestive system is, all the components of the digestive system are smooth muscle. So they are examples of muscle, and they contract and push your food throughout the digestive system that later exits your body while saving what nutrients that you need in order to survive. How does the nervous system work with the respiratory system? So one thing that, this one is a really tough one, but one thing that your nervous system does is like when you are working out, let's say I go on a run, do you notice how you start breathing more heavily when you've ran a little bit longer? Like the longer you run, you get more tired and you breathe more heavily. That is your nervous system telling your body, hey, your body is doing a lot of work right now. We need to send more oxygen to cells. We need to get more oxygen inside the body. You start breathing harder because your body's working harder, right? And so they communicate, the nervous system and the respiratory system communicate very well when you are, involved with vigorous activities and whatnot. How does the nervous system work with the circulatory system? So just like in the last example, like if you are exercising and your body's like, I need some more oxygen transferred throughout the body because, the body is working harder right now. Well, how is that oxygen transferred to all the different cells is through the blood. So the nervous system will tell your body to make those things happen while you're exercising in order to get the oxygen throughout the body. Another way the nervous system works with the circulatory system is by the nervous system manages your heart and it makes sure that your heart continues to beat. It's constantly sending signals. It's making sure that your lungs are breathing and whatnot. So your nervous system, your brain controls everything going on throughout your body. It's like the message center. And so it sends messages to the circulatory system and the heart to help the heart be able to do its job. How does the nervous system work with the digestive system? We've talked a lot about the nervous system. This is a good one. This one you will probably see on your EOG. How does the respiratory system work with the circulatory system? So your blood is what carries your oxygen throughout the body. Think of your circulatory system, all the blood vessels and veins and arteries. It's like the roads inside the body. It's the transport system. It's like the roads, and it transports all the nutrients and transports all of the blood, all the oxygen inside the blood. It transports that all throughout the body. So they work really closely together to be able to transport what our body needs. How does the nervous system work with the digestive system? We've talked about nervous system a lot. We're going to go on a little bit. Okay, here's a good one. What are two of the main functions of the skeletal system? When you think of functions, think of purposes. Why is it important? So pause the video, think of some reasons. So one reason is for protection. Your skull and your rib cage protect your vital organs. Another reason is to produce movement. It helps us move. Another reason is because your blood is produced inside of the bones, so to create the blood cells. Another reason is to store vitamins and minerals until your body needs them. So there's several different reasons that the skeletal system is important. What is the main function of the muscular system? Pause your video. Main function of the muscular system is to produce movement and to produce movement outside of the body where we are able to move and whatnot. But the muscular system also helps to some extent with us digesting our food and being able to break down those nutrients. Nervous system, we're going to skip this because nervous system isn't necessarily in our curriculum. However, that includes the brain, and the function of that is just to send signals throughout the body and to relay those messages to different body parts. What are two main functions of the respiratory system? Pause your video. The two main functions of the respiratory system is to, one, help you breathe, right? Help you bring in the oxygen, help you, and also to help you it helps bring in the oxygen to transfer the oxygen to cells in order for those cells to transport oxygen to the rest of your body. What are two main functions of the circulatory system? Pause your video. So, two main functions of the circulatory system is one, to transport blood throughout the body. But then also, the circulatory system is like a highway inside of your body. It carries that nutrients, it carries oxygen throughout your body. So, your body parts and all of your cells can receive what they need. What is the main function of the digestive system? The main function of the digestive system is to help you digest your food, help you break down your food, and to allow your body to absorb the nutrients that your body needs in order to provide energy for our bodies to be able to survive. What are the parts of the skeletal system? We're not going to necessarily go over that. We do not have to know how to name all the bones. What are the three parts of the muscular system? So we do have to know three different types of muscles in 5th grade. Try to think, what are those three different types of muscles? The answer is smooth, cardiac, and skeletal. Remember, smooth muscle is like your digestive system. They work automatically without us having to tell them to work. And the cardiac muscle is related, it is your heart. So cardiac means your heart. So the skeletal muscles are the muscles that we control, that we decide when they move. Those are called voluntary muscles. Involuntary muscles are the muscles that we do not control. Okay. Three parts of the nervous system. That's the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. What are the parts of the respiratory system? Do you guys happen to remember what are the parts of the respiratory system? Think you breathe through your nose. Okay. It goes, breathe through your trachea, your lungs, your diaphragm, all the little alveoli inside of your lungs. What are the parts of the circulatory system? We need you to remember heart, blood, blood vessels. Heart, blood, blood vessels. That is what they will ask you on your EOG. Heart, blood, blood vessels. If they go more in depth, then they're going to mention veins, arteries, capillaries. Okay. Not capillaries, I'm sorry. What are the parts of the digestive system? Pause the video. There are several different parts of the digestive system. So your teeth chew up your food, you swallow down your esophagus, then it drops into your stomach. Your stomach then further breaks down that food. You have your small intestine really churning up that food, breaking that food down even more. Your large intestine, all of those are helping break down the food to where we can take what we need out of the food. We also have the anus that helps what we do not need exit our body. So that is the end of this little video. That's just a little bit to review the different body systems and how they interact together. And, that is some of those questions are going to be questions that you might see on your EOG a little bit later. Okay. Bye.